Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another video here on this wonderful channel. Now, I've been grinding Lexington for the past few days, and this is the most grindiest mission of them all. And as you can see, I did not receive it that time, nor any other time before that time, and I probably will continue not receiving it because of how hard and how grindy this is. I don't understand it. My chances are so low. But someone on my team actually did this time, and it was really crazy because he offered to give it to me. I'm gonna definitely have to give this man a shout out, pick your poison, because he did not have to do that for me. And especially as hard as this is to grind and how annoying this is, to give it to me like this is just unbelievable. Now, if you look at this, guys, the bear's chest piece here, it has absolutely everything you do not want on it, which is kind of crappy, and Swords and Firearms, which is another crappy thing, but I'm just going to roll armor on it, and we're going to count it off from there, and I'm pretty sure we'll find a way to put it into like a high-end build, or I'll find something to do with it. Maybe now that I got my first one, who knows, maybe I'll start getting a bunch of them now. One of my friends, he actually got one from Field Proficiency Cache, and then all of a sudden he started receiving them like 3 in 1 week, and it's pretty crazy because he does not grind this that much, which is kind of weird because I'm sitting over here and haven't even got it myself, where people seem to be getting it left and right. But definitely thank you, Pick Your Poison, because that was quite amazing. Thank you, man. But today, guys, I really want to talk about scaling, and this is very important because if you guys remember 1.3 of how we ignored the scaling issues from 1.0 all the way up to 1.3, and then it hit us, and finally someone took notice and we got it reworked with 1.4, but it wasn't perfect, and I couldn't expect perfection because of all the work they had to do already within the limited time that they did have to work on it. But that's what I'm here to do. I really want to bring these issues to light because I do not want to end up with the scaling issues that we had in 1.3. They are currently here, and they are going to hit hard with the gear score changes coming in the future, but I feel like we can definitely stop it before it really hits hard. Some of the big things that they should address is like armor, and the way it scales with the world tiers, and how with each world tier it seems like we get to achieve less and less armor, which is making our toughness less and less, and it's going to hit really hard with the world tier scaling, as well as the skill power soft cap. I really want to talk about that as well, but today we're going to be talking about firearms in a way that scales as to how it is supposed to scale. Now, this is where the problem lies, guys. You have the gear score 163 item here, and then you have the gear score 256 item, and as you can see how much the firearms affects that gear score 163 is drastically different from the amount that affects the 256. So if we continue down this curve with the added gear score items, you're going to end up having to make your build glass here and glass here to achieve any real DPS, because with any sort of toughness behind that, your firearms is going to suffer greatly. Now, that's going to make the meta where we have extremely tanky people with no DPS, and I don't even know if it's going to be tanky with the way armor scales currently, because by the time we get to say level 40 gear score, you're going to have people able to hit maybe 45% armor mitigation, and the weapon damage per weapon isn't going to be much at all, which is supposed to be 1 firearms point adds 1% weapon damage, and 1 stamina point adds 30 HP, and that's not at all what's happening, and that's where the balance is messed up. Because if you even look at the graph with, say you make 1 firearms point add 0.02%. Now I would say that actually looks pretty even, it's pretty linear, but if we do it where they say it's 1% per 1 firearm, that graph would look crazy and we'd have severe unbalancing. And it is unbalanced right now. Whatever I'm saying right now is completely hypothetical because it's not what's actually being done. The way the firearms is scaling is completely crappy, and we're going to see huge drastic changes within the new gear score change come 1.6. And if it doesn't fix it then we're going to continue seeing this with 1.7 until this finally gets addressed. And I really want this to get addressed soon because this is going to be one big issue. Now, if we look at how much firearms effectiveness is at, say, like a level 10 green item, is completely different. That's why if you're leveling up, greatly speccing into firearms is amazing for your build because of how effective it is at that level. So with each increased gear score, we are getting less and less effectiveness out of our firearms, and we're also getting less and less effectiveness out of rolling armor on our builds because of how much of an increase the armor cap is with each world tier. And I remember with 1.4 I was able to get about 60, and now I'm only able to hit 56, and it's just going to keep going lower and lower with enemy armor damage being able to roll higher and higher, which is going to severely unbalance it that way. So they're going to have to definitely look into a couple things here, especially with the scaling within the weapons. I think is going to be the biggest part there, as well as the way the world tiers scale as well. But that's going to be a topic for another time, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and please definitely share your comments on Reddit, and also share down below and get this video out there, because a lot of people put a lot of work into researching this. The graphs and a lot of the research were done by Spider 101. He is a user on the Division forums, and he has a lot of great topics on there about the problems we are going to be facing in the future here on the Division. And I will definitely be sharing his link down in the description as well, guys. If you could check out my friend Criger and also Patric Montoya, they have both supported this channel in the past, and I definitely appreciate if you checked out their channels. But above anything else, guys, I will see you in the Dark Zone.